India is a rapidly growing economy. It needs a lot of energy to fuel its growth. Oil is a major source of energy for India. India imports most of its oil. This makes India heavily reliant on global oil markets. Recent years have seen a shift in India's oil import sources. This shift has significant implications for India's energy security and foreign policy. India's energy demand is expected to continue growing. This makes it crucial for India to secure reliable and affordable oil supplies. Historically, Africa and the Middle East have been major oil suppliers to India. However, the emergence of Russia as a major player has changed the dynamics of global oil trade. India's energy choices are not just about economics, they are also about geopolitics. As India seeks to balance its energy needs with its foreign policy objectives, understanding the interplay between these factors is crucial. This essay will examine the changing dynamics of India's oil imports, focusing on the roles of Africa and Russia. Africa has historically been a significant oil supplier to India. Countries like Nigeria and Angola have been major exporters of crude oil to India. These relationships were built on decades of trade and cooperation. Indian refineries are equipped to process African crude oil grades. This made Africa a natural choice for India's oil imports. Trade routes between Africa and India are well established. This facilitated the smooth flow of oil. Moreover, many African countries share historical and cultural ties with India. This further strengthened the energy partnership between the two regions. However, with the changing dynamics of the global oil market, Africa's share in India's oil imports has declined. This is partly due to the emergence of new suppliers like Russia. Additionally, some African countries have faced production challenges impacting their export capacity. Despite these challenges, Africa remains an important region for India's energy security. India recognizes the need to diversify its oil import sources. This makes Africa a vital part of India's long-term energy strategy. Russia's entry into the Indian oil market has been nothing short of dramatic. Once a relatively minor player, Russia has rapidly become India's top oil supplier. This shift can be attributed to a confluence of factors, most notably the geopolitical situation following Russia's actions in Ukraine. Faced with sanctions from Western nations, Russia sought new markets for its vast oil reserves. India, always eager to secure energy at competitive prices, saw an opportunity. Russia offered substantial discounts on its oil, making it an irresistible proposition for India. This new partnership has reshaped the global oil trade map. India, once heavily reliant on Middle Eastern and African oil, now finds itself increasingly dependent on Russian crude. This shift has not been without its critics, particularly in the West, where concerns have been raised about India's growing ties with Russia. However, India has maintained that its energy choices are driven by its national interest, which is to secure affordable and reliable energy for its burgeoning population. As the Russia-India energy partnership deepens, it will be interesting to see how this impacts global geopolitics and the future of the oil market. Section 4. Economic impacts of the shift. India's pivot towards Russian oil has had a profound impact on its economy. The most immediate and obvious benefit has been the significant reduction in India's oil import bill. With Russia offering deep discounts, India has been able to purchase oil at a fraction of the price it was paying previously. This has had a cascading effect on the Indian economy. Lower oil prices have helped to tame inflation, which had been a major concern. This, in turn, has given a boost to consumer spending and overall economic growth. Furthermore, the availability of cheaper Russian oil has provided a much-needed respite to India's current account deficit. However, this economic windfall comes with its own set of challenges. India's increasing reliance on Russian oil has raised concerns about overdependence on a single supplier. Additionally, there are risks associated with navigating the complex web of international sanctions imposed on Russia. Despite these challenges, India has shown a willingness to adapt and find creative solutions to maintain its energy security. The long-term economic implications of this shift are still unfolding, but one thing is clear. India is now a major player in the global oil market, and its decisions will have far-reaching consequences. Section 5. The geopolitical chessboard. India's energy choices are deeply tied to its geopolitical strategy. The shift towards Russian oil places India in a complex geopolitical game. This has raised concerns in the West, especially the United States. The US urges India to distance itself from Russia due to the Ukraine conflict. India maintains a neutral stance, prioritizing its national interests. This has led to tension with the West. Yet India's partnership with Russia opens new cooperation avenues. India's geopolitical balancing act is increasingly complex. India must weigh economic benefits against geopolitical costs. Balancing energy interests and foreign policy is crucial for India's global role. India's energy choices will impact the international order.